Hello everyone and welcome back to Jacklit Educational Channel. So this is the rapid revision part 15 for the GATE Ecology and Evolution paper, where we are going to discuss some of the important concepts. So get ready with your notes so that you can write down all these points which we are going to discuss in this video. So guys, if you haven't watched the previous parts, this important playlist is very useful for the examination of GATE Ecology and Evolution. So you can check the link given in the I button as well as in the description below. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So here comes the question, and the first question is match the following. So we have to match with the hominids with their correct brain size. And here the hominids are given in the left hand side and brain size is calculated as per CC. So what is this CC? This is cranial capacity, that is the size of the brain. But it is not at all related to the intellectual power or mental power of these hominids. So don't get confused, it is actually the brain size. So we will match one by one with the correct CC with the hominids, starting with the Homo habilis. So Homo habilis, the CC, that is cranial capacity, is around 640 or 650 to 800 CC. Next is Homo neanderthalensis. So for these kind of hominids, the cranial capacity is around 1400 to 1500 cc, so it will match with the fourth option. Next, Homo erectus. So Homo erectus, the cc, that is cranial capacity, is from 900 to 1000 cc, so it will match with 1. And Homo sapiens will be matching with the 1250 cc, that is from 1250 to 1350 cc, that is the cranial capacity for Homo sapien. You should note down all these things, very important. So it is 1350, 1250 to 1350 for Homo sapiens. So I hope you have noted down. Let's move on to the next question. This question is very simple. This is the match the following, and I hope you all will be able to match it correctly. So here in list 1, the options are adaptive radiation, convergent evolution, divergent evolution, evolution by anthropogenic action, and here we have to match with the correct option in the list 2. So I'll wait for certain seconds to think. You should think, and I'll tell you the answer after few seconds. Think guys, think. Yes. So now I will tell the correct options matching with each of the following options in the list 1. First, adaptive radiation. So this will match with the Darwin finches, because Darwin finches gave the theory of adaptive radiation. Coming to the convergent evolution. So it will match with what? It will match with wings of butterfly and bird, because they have different origin but they are now functioning for the same purpose, that is for flying, that are the wings of butterfly and bird. They have converged, so that's why convergent evolution. Next is divergent evolution, bones of forelimbs in man and bones of forelimbs in whale, because they have diverged. That means they were having the common ancestor and then now they have diverged, because the forelimbs in man is used for eating and other purposes, but for whale it is used for swimming purposes. So it is an example of divergent evolution. Coming to the fourth option, it was evolution by anthropogenic action. It will be matching with this option, that is selection of resistant varieties due to excessive use of herbicide and pesticides. So when the humans are using more herbicide and pesticide, only resistant varieties are selected because of this anthropogenic action, which is not at all good. So I hope you have noted down these things also. Let's move on to the next question. So here the question is from the Hugo de Vries concept, and the question is variation caused by mutation as proposed by Hugo de Vries are what? So you should read all these options, then I will reveal the correct option. So here this mutation according to Hugo de Vries is variations caused by mutations are random and directionless. Yes, they are not small and slow changes as per the mutation given by other scientists, but according to Hugo de Vries variation by mutation, these mutations are random and directionless. So they are not in a proper direction, so they are directionless and random. Let's move to the next question. This is also very simple question. The question is, in Australia, marsupials and placental mammals have evolved to share many similar characteristics. So the question is asking, this type of evolution may be referred to as what kind of evolution or radiation? So this is very simple question. I know you all will be knowing. The correct option will be, it is an example of convergent evolution. So it is telling they have evolved to share many similar characteristics. So they were having different ancestors. Now they are having many similar characteristics. So they have converged. That means it is an example of convergent evolution type. So these are the thinking level questions. Very, very simple. So in examination, you should think and you should hit the correct option to get full marks. Let's move to the next question. The next question is, a population of species invades a new area. So there is a population of species which are now invading to or moving to a new area. The question is asking which of the following condition will lead to adaptive radiation. So the concept of adaptive radiation, Darwin finches, we all know, and options are on your screen. So think about the correct option, then I will reveal the answer. So here the correct option will be option number 3. Yes, when the new area is having with many types of vacant habitats or different niche. So it is talking about different niche or different habitat. If it is having more, then the species will be able to invade the new area in a more efficient manner. So that will lead to the example of adaptive radiation, where the Darwin finches evolved different kinds of beaks. So I know you all will be knowing this concept, no need to repeat that. So let's move on to the next question. Next question is, according to Hugo de Vries, so again his concept came, the mechanism of evolution is what kind of, whether it is multiple step mutation, saltation type, phenotypic variations or minor mutation. So here, according to the mechanism of evolution by Hugo de Vries, it is the mechanism following the saltation mutation. Yes, what is the saltation evolution? We will know here. Saltation, it is taken from the Latin word saltus, that means to leap or to jump. Yes, it is a sudden and large mutational change from one generation to the next, potentially causing single step speciation. So this was historically offered as an alternative to Darwinism. Yes, this you should note down. Here it is written that Hugo de Vries said that mechanism of evolution is as per the saltation. That means sudden and large mutational change, not slow changes. So it is offering the alternative or opposite of Darwinism. So I hope you have noted down this thing. This was new for you. Let's move on to the next question. Here the question is asking artificial selection. So here the question is, artificial selection to obtain cows yielding high milk output represents what kind of stabilization or disruptiveness in the population? So here the artificial selection to obtain high yield from the cows for the milk represent disruptive. Yes, disruptive means trouble. It is trouble for the population, for the natural population, if you are doing artificial selection to obtain high yield, because it splits the population into two categories. That means one yielding higher output and the other without the artificial selection will yield the lower output. So as a result, the population will be in trouble. In the long run, the genetic factors will be affected. So this is the example of disruptive kind of representation when we are using artificial selection to obtain cows yielding high milk. So I hope you have understood this concept. So this question is asking which of the following is the correct sequence of events in the origin of life, and the events are formation of protobions, synthesis of organic monomers, synthesis of organic polymers, formation of DNA based genetic system. So you should think which one will be the correct sequence, then I will tell you which one will be the correct order for the sequence of events in the origin of life. So here first will be synthesis of organic monomers. So 2 will be the first option. Then it will be synthesis of organic polymers. So from monomers, when they are joining, they will form the polymers, basic thing. So it will be number 3. Next it will be, which option will be correct? Then it will be first option, that is formation of protobions after the synthesis of organic polymer. So then it will come 1. Then next sequence will be final one, formation of DNA based genetic system. So the option will be correct sequence 2, 3, 1, 4. So these are the correct sequence for the events in the origin of life. Number 1, synthesis of organic monomers, then organic polymer synthesis, formation of protobions, then finally formation of DNA based genetic system. So let's move on to the next question. Here are 2 statements given regarding to the origin of life. Let us read these 2 statements. The earliest organisms that appeared on the earth were non-green, presumably anaerobes. Second statement states the first autotrophic organisms were the chemoautotrophs that never released oxygen. So read these two statements carefully and tell which of the following statements are correct. Either 2, either 1, or neither 1 or neither 2. So here both these statements are correct because earliest organism which appeared on the earth were non-green. They are not blue-green algae or non-green. That means they were not photosynthetically active. They were anaerobes. So they are not requiring oxygen. So they are anaerobes. And next thing is the first autotroph organisms were the chemoautotrophs. They never released oxygen and they used chemicals to produce their own food. So I hope you have noted down all this concept. Let's move on to the next question. Next question is chronological order. We have to identify the chronological order of human evolution from early to the recent age is what? Which is the correct chronological order? So those who haven't watched the video where I have explained how to remember with the trick to remember the chronological order of human evolution, you can check the link given in the I button as well as in the description because it is very important and easy to remember. Here option 2 will be correct. Yes, Ramapithecus came in the earlier stage followed by Australopithecus, then Homo habilis, then Homo erectus. So there is a sequence of stages for the human evolution you have to understood and you have to remember. Very easy step. I have prepared the video already. You can check the link given in the I button as I have said. So I hope you have learned something new from here. You have noted down all these important points. So all the very best for the examination. My best wishes are always with you. Believe in yourself. Take care of yourself. Keep smiling. See you guys in our next video. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to get all further updates.